So hello, what's your name and what's your game?
Hi, my name is Gerardo Garcia, and my game is Flat Kingdom.
So what's Flat Kingdom about?
Flat Kingdom is a game about geometry and dimensions because you use flat, a geometrical shape that can change between shapes, circle, triangle, and square, to beat the enemies and also solve puzzles. You have the mission to stop an evil thief called Hex because he just stole some jewels that if he stole all the jewels, the 3D dimension is going to eat his 2D dimension.
So how many shapes can the character change into?
The main shapes are three: circle, triangle, and square. And all the enemies of the game have these different shapes because it's have a dynamic like paper, rock, scissors.
What made you choose those shapes? I noticed that they map to the controllers very well on the PlayStation 4 because of square, triangle, and circle. Was that the main influence for the
It's
shapes?
kind of an influence because we're very much players of a lot of Sony games and PlayStation, but it was more like to have not so many transformations and to make a game focus on geometry, but geometry and colors. So we just try to discover these like primitive forms, and we just focus on those three.
So speaking of being PlayStation fans, what platforms are you targeting?
The first platform is going to be in Steam for PC and Mac, and later in PS4.
Are you guys primarily developing on Mac?
No, the art is made in Macs, but all the the programming is made in PC.
I know on a lot of 3D games whether to use Maya or Max is a heated discussion. How did you guys come towards Max?
To Macs?
Like, why'd you use 3ds Max opposed to Maya?
I think we're just kind of graphic designer hipsters, so we just love Macs, but it's more like the middle of the studio. We're very used to the PC environment, so we were just comfortable. The art's made in this, and all the programmation in Unity made in PC.
Okay, so does having people work on both Mac and Windows help in doing cross-platform development?
I don't know if it really helped because I don't suggest if you have like these projects to be in PC and Mac and everything. I think it's a little bit confusing, but I prefer just to make some kind of things like all the music, all the art and everything in this environment, but programmation I will prefer to focus on just one.
Okay. Speaking of music, you have a pretty big name doing music for your game.
Yeah,
who's that?
Manami Matsumae, the composer of Mighty Number 9. She composed some songs of Shovel Knight, also of Hartford Alicia of Kickstarter, and also Mega Man, the legend.
What do you think is his best work outside of your game?
Outside of my game? Well, the thing, I become a fan of her because I play Shovel Knight like 1 year before after it was released, and I love a certain kind of song, and I just search and Google it and say, oh, it's this one. Later it was the Kickstarter of Mighty Number 9, and I love also that song, so it made me research about her history and say, this is the perfect music for this game.
So how did you come across being able to work with her? She's such a...
I think I got very lucky because I just kind of tried to contact her between Facebook, social networks, and everything. I didn't know if she had any kind of page, but later in Wikipedia I just find out that she had her not studio, the label that is called Brave Wave. So I tried to reach her for Brave Wave, and I just had her agent, and everything was very easy. Before I being published by the publisher GameStarter, it was indie and self-developed. So I just had money for paying just one song, the main song, but later when the publisher just got in, all the soundtrack was made by her.
Oh, okay. So you once the publisher was in play, then you were able to work with her.
Yeah.
Okay. So when can we expect the game to come out?
The game is going to come out in 2 months. First in Steam. For PS4, we don't have a date yet. And also, speaking about the soundtrack, if everyone wants to listen it is right now in Spotify, Apple Music, and iTunes.
Oh.
And also,
Is it branded with Flat Kingdom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, she did like 3 months ago a concert in the city of Mexico of all her games, and also played the main theme for Flat Kingdom in there in a concert. So it was awesome. So you can watch the concert in big concert, City of Mexico in YouTube.
Okay. Did you go to the concert?
Oh yeah, you just invited, and it was once in a life experience.
That must have been pretty cool to hear the soundtrack of your game performed.
Yeah, everyone
live.
in the team almost cried, man.
And the whole team got to go?
Just two. Myself and my business partner.
Yeah.
But everyone was Skyping and sending videos.
So you guys work remotely in different places?
Yeah, I got a lot for the city of Monterrey and to Yucatan, that is the peak of Mexico. So we worked with the publisher that also is remote here.
Oh, okay.
But
so are all the developers from Mexico?
The developer from Mexico, we were just with Eternal Illusions of the other game that is called Realm. We are the first generation of the games published by GameStarter.
Oh, okay.
With Realm, Walk of Soul, Flat Kingdom, and also Lobo with shotguns.
Cool. So you have a pretty good relationship with your publisher then.
Yeah, and also with different indie developers, because we love the game Hard Force Alicia, also from a developer from City of Mexico, and also from a studio called We the Force, called a game called Randall that is going to be released also on PS4.
Okay, so lots of exciting things.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing the interview. Hope you have a good show. And good luck with the rest of PAX.
Thank you. And everyone can visit the Flat Kingdom in Facebook, Twitter, and also www.flatkingdom.com.
Okay, thank you.